year. So having that said, we think there's a lot of expectation probably will be ruled out that the Federal Reserve probably will not cut the rates aggressively this year. This will be negative for the gold for the first half of the year. We think probably gold might have a chance to visit 2000 era again this year. But think about now the Western economy now all face the slowing down. So when the European central banks and some other central banks like Federal Reserve or even the Australian central banks, if they start to cut to interest rate and probably there will be more liquidity will be pumped into the financial markets, then probably it will be positive for the gold. But that probably may happen in the second half of this year.
According to a report released by the World Gold Council last year, among affluent Chinese, wealth preservation and security was more important than increasing their fortunes. And right now, gold is one of the top 5 most popular asset management options. 张淑璇 ICS for CGTN, Shanghai.
All right, for more on China's Spring Festival consumption, I want to bring in Mr. Liu Zhiqin, a senior fellow at Renmin University's Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies. Mr. Liu, happy Chinese New Year to you. So let's talk about consumption, shall we? Because the scale of consumption during the Spring Festival period is absolutely gargantuan, I feel. Just movie ticket sales alone, that number have now surpassed 5.2 billion yuan, or some 730 million US dollars in 5 days. Some 9 billion passenger trips expected to be made during the Spring Festival break. So that's an annual challenge, of course, to the country's transportation system every single year. So how is China able to ensure that supply meets this massive demand seen during the holiday break while also maintaining price stability?
I should say that China has well prepared for such a great event. As we know, the Spring Festival is the major event in the year for whole China. So that's why from the government locally and also from top government has well prepared to deal with the challenges and the uncertainties of this event. So especially the first priority, as we know, that the infrastructure has been well managed in the past years, especially to deal with such a high intensified travelers for the people. And also, secondly, we have more products and opportunities to enable to meet the demands of the people. For instance, many people like to have a reunion in the cinema to see new movies, to get enjoyable in different ways, not only in the temple fair or on the traveler. So that's why the box is very high in China. Every day is 1 billion. So this is tremendously the increase of the box consumption. And secondly, we see that all these infrastructures well managed, well systematic, that prepared all opportunities for people to travel, where to go, how to go, and when to go. So in this way, all the generations and the people, they can take a railway, they can self-driving, take air tickets, travel to everywhere where they want, to learn a lot from the history, from the culture, from the local customers. So in this way, at this time, we can see a big emancipation of the people's enthusiasm for traveling and for spending. So this shows that the advantages of our economic recovery. This is a real the recovery signal to the world that China's economic is coming back with the high temperature of the spending and also the high speed of development economically. So from the consumption side, we can see a lot of dreams have been realized during the past 5 years. And in the rest of the 3 years, I can see a big jump again, that we can see a lot of consumption trend will be happened.
I mean, it is absolutely mind-boggling, Mr. Liu, in terms of how this transportation system handles some 9 billion passenger trips during a span of just 15 to 30 days. You mentioned consumption. Let's expand on that a little bit more. So tourism spend, that's absolutely surging during the Spring Festival period. Travel booking platform Ctrip.com saying that this year's Spring Festival period saw travel reservations surpassing last year's figures by more than 7-fold. What does that say about consumption here in China?
That to say that consumption trend in China will be well developed in the future. As we know that even in the past years, this travel trend in China is increasing rapidly every year, even during the pandemic 3 years difficulties. But nowadays, many people try to describe this consumption inspiration as a so-called revenge consumption. But I don't think this is a real revenge consumption. This is the nature of the Chinese culture, the nature of the Chinese people. They are willing to spend their good time together with the family reunion. So this is a very important signal and a phenomenon that to show that China's culture and China's people are willing to share all this happiness with the rest of the world, because all this travel, not only in domestic market, but all Asian countries and European countries. My friend in Switzerland, in Germany, called me, said they saw so many Chinese that now in European, in their own cities at the moment. They're surprised. They know that the Chinese travelers will come soon, come back soon, but so quick with so big a scale that they're still beyond their expectation. But it has already improved and simulated the local consumption in the supermarket, in the shopping center, even in the restaurant and the hotels locally. So that shows that the Chinese economy really comes back. This is the precondition. And secondly, that the Chinese inspiration for tourism industry is well supportive for the government and also for the development of the whole economy.
Yeah, Chinese outbound travel is definitely bouncing the economy in the world. China is a crucial driver of the global economy, especially during the Spring Festival holiday when people focus on travel and shopping. According to the National Immigration Office, daily passenger entries and exits at China's border checkpoints are expected to reach an average of 1.8 million during the holiday. That's up 330% compared with the same period last year and close to pre-pandemic levels. Meanwhile, as younger generations begin to have their own spending power to celebrate the Spring Festival, sales of imported foods are surging. The most popular choices are Boston lobsters from America, salmon from Australia, and cherries from Chile. Some analysts say the Chinese New Year holiday has extended the Christmas shopping season by about 1 month. For more on what China's Spring Festival celebrations mean for the global economy, let's bring back Mr. Liu Zhiqin from the Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies. So, Mr. Liu, how do you see the growing impact of China's Spring Festival consumption on the global economy, especially when it comes to China increasing imports during this period and the implications for the future development of cross-border e-commerce?
I think in a special sense, we can say that China's Spring Festival is also a state and national fair. That means that we have more import and export business during this Spring Festival. That shows good potential that of China's openness in the market, especially as we know that the China's market has prepared so good supply chain, because we have so many millions of goods and products in the market to meet the demands of the different people from different areas. So this is a very big job or big project for any organization. But we can see till today, we can see that everything is well organized. So there's no any supply shortage happened in different areas, from the transportation or from food, caterings and accommodations, and everything that is well done. I think this is, of course, we have the benefits from the import business in the past months, that we have so many goods from different areas and the cities and the countries. That's why we have so good supply the effort to meet all these travelers' needs. And the other side, the Chinese producers and the manufacturers have been well organized also to provide all opportunities and the capabilities to produce all things that to first demand and satisfy the needs of the people. So in this way, from northern to southern, from east to west, we can see all the people are happy to enjoy their lives, especially not only for the luxurious product, but also for normal daily use. The daily necessity are the most important thing for the daily use, for the daily travelers. So it's when we see that the caterings, even the normal drinks and provided in locally so fantastic that the people there feel very relaxing, no more that nervous and no more in hectic that to try to get more things to for need or personal needs. But nowadays everything is fully supplied. This is a very good signal to the world, especially to the global market, that China is not only a factory of the world, but it's also a market of the world products.
Yeah, so Mr. Liu, I don't know about you. For myself, for the Spring Festival period, I got myself some pomelos from Thailand, some seafood from Chile, some maple water from Canada. So how can international players better leverage China's Spring Festival consumption boom as a point of growth right after the Christmas season holiday shopping spree?
In order to give you my answer to your explanation, I think I have such ideas that when we propose in the world to build up a shared future for human beings, for mankind, I think that one of the points is a very important thing that we should have a shared festival. That now today's Spring Festival is becoming international festival. It's becoming a shared festival for all over the countries because the UN has already officially recognized this China's Spring Festival as the international festival, as the UN one event. Even in the United States, in New York, I think all schools, they have already officially 1 day holiday in the Spring Festival. This is the first UN that the United States, the state level has such a law. So this is very important to show that all these international players have to join together to benefit from this China's Spring Festival, not only for the enjoyable, but also from the consumption of the goods that are produced from each country. That shows so-called the market openness and also inclusiveness of the consumption. Because Chinese people in the past always try to ensure or to enjoy their own product, own style. But nowadays, I think that with the open market, together with open-minded, and also the appetite also opened. That's why we accept all products from different countries with different styles in order to enrich our culture, to enrich our prosperity. So that's why we say that Spring Festival is not only China's Spring Festival, it belongs to the whole world.
All right, Mr. Liu.